This is Season 6 of the Team Roping Journals podcast, The Score. With over 2 million downloads, this is where Team Ropers talk. Hey everyone, it's Chelsea Schaefer. I am sorry. I have been on the road so much lately that I have not paused. I think I've passed out with my computer on my bed every single night in hotel rooms, and I have not gotten you any episodes of The Score since the middle of October, and luckily Taylor has been holding down the fort over on the short score, so we are very grateful that you have had plenty to listen to, but I have a lot to catch up on. The first episode that I'm going to drop is with Tate Kirchenschlager, and that is on the horse A Painted Sunshine. This is an interview we recorded from the stalls at the American Rope Horse Futurity Association's World Championship in Fort Worth at the end of October. Tate and I catch up about this horse that is a grandson of PYC Paint Your Wagon, and this horse has a ton of speed, a ton of run, and the training process hasn't been just flawless, perfect, everything was easy and figured out right away. It's not one of those stories that this horse was just great from the start. He had all the ability from the start, but Tate's skill as a horseman made this horse, and I am excited for you to hear the patience that it took Tate to make this horse the 2023 world champion on the head side in the American Rope Horse Futurity Association. Today's episode is brought to you by Cactus Saddlery, the choice of champions. I will tell you more about them at the commercial break.
I'm a space cadet. I know I don't always pay attention to everything because I sit there and watch 9 million runs a day. But what's your history on that horse? I don't remember seeing him.
Riley Wheeler owns him. He dropped him off here. I picked him up this time last year.
Okay.
And then first place I showed him was Scottsdale. Mm-hmm. I came back second call there, and I missed on him. And then I showed him at Graham. Didn't do any good. I showed him at Ardmore. Didn't do any good. I showed him at Oklahoma City and didn't do any good. So he's honestly a good horse. It just hadn't fell our way until today. So he's a good horse. We just haven't been able to put it together. Mm-hmm. And so I've showed him 4 or 5 times now, and he put it together at the right time, I guess.
What came together? Like what was there something specific that horse was struggling with, or you were struggling with on that horse, or just?
So he's a grandson of PYC. So I mean, he can run. He's hot and he can run. So his biggest deal is his rating, like in breathing on the way to the steer, and just finally here in the last couple months, he's finally got to where he'll take a breath or two on the way to the steer. He used to just hold his breath and run. Like, he thought it was a race between him and the steer and the heeler, and he wanted to win every time. And he's finally got to where he'll breathe, take a breath, and when I only ask him for 70%, only give me 70%. You know, he's the type of horse, he wants to give you 110% every time. And I used him a bunch this year, helping on him, actually. And that's where he's fun. He's fun to help on because he can run. The horse can run. So I'd say the biggest deal is he finally grew up and started breathing through the runs.
So what did you do with him at home to make that happen?
I do a lot of tracking on him, a lot of breakawaying, a lot of just trying to control his heart rate. You know, a lot of just trying to get him to take a breath throughout the run. You know, when I pick up the reins, come back to me and breathe. Don't tense up, and don't get your body tight to where I can't control it. So I guess the biggest deal is main thing, just trying to get him to breathe so I can control his body.
How did you figure out that he wasn't breathing? Is that just an expression, or like, are you saying like?
No, like you could feel him when he'd leave the box. He'd be tense. Like, so when he's running to the steer, he's tight. He's running, but he's tight to where you couldn't do anything to him. Like, if you tried to slow him down, he wouldn't slow down. If you tried to move him over, he wouldn't move over because his body was so tense because he wouldn't take a breath, and so he wasn't relaxed. He would run to the steer nervous and tight, and then he finally got to where he would breathe, in which that means he would relax, so his body would relax, and then his body would listen to me instead of just being tense and running.
So in the short round situation, second call back, it was pretty wild in there. What were you thinking? How were you staying relaxed? And did he feel relaxed walking over to the box?
Yeah, I will say that was his best run in the box by far. Like, when I started to the box, like, he kind of put his head down and went, and it felt good. Turning around, he's a little sticky when you turn him around, but not bad. But then when I hit the corner, I felt him take a breath and just lock in. And I knew when he did that, I could sit there as long as I wanted because he was locked in. So, you know, I sat there for a minute. And Gates Bank, he scored good, and I did miss the barrier. But I wouldn't, like, when you miss the barrier on him, you don't panic. Like, I missed the barrier, and honestly, I was okay with it because I knew he'd run him down. Like, in it, you know, so that's kind of just the gist of it.
We are going to take a break from our episode to talk to you about our sponsors at Cactus Saddlery, the choice of champions. Cactus Saddlery is proud to be the official saddle of the PRCA, the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association, and the World Series of Team Roping. All of their products are handcrafted right here in the USA. Cactus believes that creating an amazing product starts by using the highest quality materials. Cactus Saddlery provides premium saddles, tack, and equine accessories that are designed, developed, and ridden by some of the world's top endorsees. Fit, quality, looks, and personalized customer service are the expectations. Cactus Saddlery offers a full line of equine products to satisfy everyone from pleasure riders to professional competitors. Ride the choice of champions. Find out more and put in your order at cactussaddlery.com.
And you got him around the neck?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on that.
No?
I wasn't real happy with my loop, honestly. I wasn't real fond of my loop. Honestly, it worked out good. When I roped him around the neck and that horse hit his ass, that steer followed good. So it honestly, that steer leading the way he did made the turn look better than I think if I'd have roped horns and the steer had been heavier. So like it worked out good, but I wasn't happy with my loop. I wasn't real happy with my loop, but it made the steer handle good, and Shay did fantastic. He did good all week killing him. I can't thank him enough. He did a good job.
Yeah, he really did. He looked good all week.
Yeah, he did. He got him on a short rope, easy to face, good dally. He did. A lot of people don't realize the little things, but he rides those heel horses in the box. They don't move. He backs in there. Even when Cole helps, those good heel horses, they back in there and they stand there, and those heelers almost score with you. And you got a heel horse that's blown out of the box when the gates bang. It's hard to get a head horse to stand there all the time. And Shay left every one of those steers right down the middle and let that horse go get them. So that's just as important as anything.
What kind of future do you think this horse has?
Well, if I don't mess him up, good. If I mess him up, not good.
How are you going to avoid messing him up? What's the plan?
I probably should just stay off of him for a while. Yeah, that'll probably be best.
I was joking with you and asked if you like being a horse trainer, because some days it's pretty brutal.
I do love being a horse trainer. I love what I do. It's great. I don't like letting people down. Mm-hmm. So like helping out there, like as soon as you can, Brock and I talk about it all the time, you can run 30 steers in a row, never break the barrier, turn them all perfect, and you miss one steer and all of a sudden you feel like you just fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
All you got to do is mess up one time and it ruins you. But you can't do nothing about it. You got to run another 30-some steers. But it just, say Brock, Driggers, Lovell, and I, say we run 100 steers that day. If we mess up 3, we don't remember the 97 we turned perfect. All we can think about that night is the 3 we messed up for the people that put the money up. And then it's the same thing showing. Like, the customers pay the entry fees. They do it all. And then, it's up to us to capitalize. And when we don't, you feel bad. You do.
How many horses did you have here? Were you entered the whole way in the head? You had 5 in the heading?
Yeah, I had 5. This horse did good. I had a 4-year-old that won second in the second round. Other than that, the other 3, no luck on the other 3. No luck.
And how many help horses did you have to bring?
A lot. I think we brought 5 help horses maybe. Yeah, 5 help horses. We brought 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 6 people working for us this week. I mean, my wife's sister, a couple college girls that work for me, and my number 1 hired man at the house, and Garrett. I mean, there's a pile of it. It takes a lot of people to do this, a lot, especially at this show.
And I mean, it's gotten so much tougher every year, and I'm excited for you. Like, this was the hardest year. Like, and that's what everybody said. Like, this was the hardest year. You won it 2 years ago. 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and you feel like your game has stayed up to par. You always tell me how hard it is to beat all these guys. I
mean, I still think it's impossible. I mean, honestly, when I stood at the back and I watched friends run, I thought I won second. And I was good with that. Like, I was good with going up there. I just want to make a good run. I didn't care. Like, anytime you can place at one of these deals, that's fine. Like, I don't want to get greedy. I don't need to win first. I just want to hold my own against them. Like, there's the competition. Those guys are so good. They're so good. And, anytime you can just hold your own with them, that's great. I mean, that's all I'm looking for. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong. I mean, I want to be the best I can be, but at the end of the day, I know, like, if I can just hold on, I'm happy with that. And I mean, it's hard, but like all the people that work for me, I mean, honestly, without them, you couldn't do it. Like, it's so exhausting here. And I mean, they made it to where I just had to worry about roping and riding. And I mean, shoot, Garrett was out here loping horses at 1 o'clock the other morning. You know, my wife, my sister-in-law, you know, everybody, I mean, put a lot of hours in.
And it was a hot dang summer in Texas to be getting everything ready all summer.
Yeah, it was hot, it was dry, you know, but I guess it paid off. But I don't know. It worked, I guess.
I'm happy for you, too.
Yeah, yeah, I'm lucky. That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you all for listening to today's episode of The Score. It was a short one. We will bring you some more from the Rope Horse Futurity business in the next couple days.